Hey there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. How we doing out there, crypto friends? We are live Thursday, April 29th. Tomorrow is options expiration for BTC. So we're looking for max pain to be right there in the center of 54K. So that means that the shorts and the longs would both not benefit from that particular price. So that's kind of what we're shooting for. I just got pulled up here for you the liquidations, which are down. So congratulations if you're being a lot more careful in your trading, and be careful out there, especially when tomorrow. So let's have a look at BTC USD. Make one more switch here on the screen. BTC USD, we have support sitting there at 52,467.02, and first level of resistance 53,853. And I will mention that we are going red to green on some of these names, so hang in there with me. We'll move on to Ethereum ETH USD. Ethereum, we're looking up there at that all-time high. Got that in our sights. We have a bullish hammer candle, if you recognize that. So that's looking mighty fine. So looking at support to hold at the 2695.71. We have your resistance as we're trying to challenge that as we speak. 2765.23 for Ethereum. And Ethereum looking in good shape here. Just keep an eye on this RSI, this momentum indicator down here. And volume is pretty strong and looking good for ETH USD. Let's have a look at BNB USD, up 5.63%. Binance Coin, you got your support sitting at the 566.83, and we have your resistance indicated at 607.937. And just kind of inch that stop loss up there. And I will mention that we do have the 12 and the 26 and the 100-day moving averages in the right configuration for more upside potential. So keep that in mind. We had a perfect bounce right off that 12-day here on the 4-hour. So let's move on to ADA, Cardano. Cardano had an event today. I think folks are a little bit disappointed with what they saw. Really nothing much to report on that end. So we are getting the 26 cross over the 100-day, so watch out for that. We'll be scouting a bounce coming off of that particular cross. So we're looking at support, as you see right there, sitting on top of that 100-day moving average, 1.28. And resistance is going to be 1.30. Tight range there for ADA, Cardano. Moving on to PolkaDot, DOT, USD, breaking out here. Starting to run up. So let's see, previous price history over there. So we got a little bit of wiggle room to run on up there. Just watch out for that 100-day moving average. So we'll put that resistance on that previous high, 36.08. And support down at the 32.98. Let's have a look at the Doge, DOGE USD. The Doge support 0.2943, resistance trying to get above that 12-day moving average. Good configuration here, 12, 26, and 100-day. And you got resistance right on this previous high, the 0.3164. Let's have a look at Litecoin, LTC, USD. Trying to make its climb and get above that 12-day moving average. So seeing resistance up there on that particular one. So we'll look at support 248.37 and resistance on that previous high and the climb through. We got to get above that 12-day though. So watch this squeeze going on here. 258.18 for Litecoin LTC USD. Looking here at Chainlink, got through that resistance I just had marked, so that's looking pretty. So support 35 even, psychological, and resistance going to be up there at the 36.59. And of course, that 100-day moving average, you can see we've tested it numerous times and wasn't able to get above there. So just keep that in mind as we move on to Stellar XLM USD. Stellar, we have a support 0.48 and resistance 0.49, so 1 penny apart. Very tight range for Stellar, so watch out for some explosions coming up here. These tightening ranges usually indicate movement to one side or the other. Let's move on to VTUSD Vechain. Like I said, we're going red to green on a lot of these names. Bitcoin's trying to climb up, so keep an eye out. And we have support down at the 0.1814 and that resistance on the climb back through. First going to encounter the 0.1915, and then you have a plethora of moving averages converging right here, just above. Moving on to Vethor, VTHO USD, the Vechain token. Not expecting much out of this name, as they did discount the Vechain token to support and help folks out trading those NFTs. So we're looking down there at the 0.0173 and resistance up at the 0.0184. Moving on to FIL USD, file storage token. Trying to get up through that resistance. You see we're caught right between a 12 and a 26-day moving average. So we have support at 147.91, resistance at the 150.92. Once we get through there, we got some wiggle room to run up there to that 100-day moving average. Challenge that bad boy. So let's move on to Storj, STORJ USD. We have support at the 1.89. Check that 1.849, and then resistance up there just underneath that 100-day. And you see we're struggling to get through these moving averages up above. So 2.03 resistance once you climb through the moving averages. Moving on to IOTA, Internet of Things. IOTA. We have support right there at that $2 psychological, 1.99. So trying to hang on to that. We have a bull hammer, and we are meeting resistance at the 100-day moving average right here, as you can see. So that will be your first resistance, and previous price action would be resistance up at the 2.140. And if you're wondering what all these numbers and lines and graphics are on here, I have a link to the how-to video over there in the chat. Jump over there and have a watch, and then that'll kind of explain what all this means to you if you're unfamiliar or new to the channel. And while you're there, like, subscribe, and we'll move on to Comp USD. Comp banging away up there at that all-time high range, and we are encountering that resistance. I don't know why I chose to move that. So support 638.78, resistance 657.62. And tightening range here, we do have the 12, 26, and 100-day moving average all in good shape. And you can see we are getting support off that 26-day, that blue line there. So comp looking in a little bit better shape than some of these other names. Just went green for the day. So let's move on to BATUSD, Basic Attention Coin. We have support 1.1550 and resistance 1.2360. Moving on to ETC USD, Ethereum Classic. 33.735 is your support level, and resistance 35.317. ETC USD doing pretty well here. We have the configuration of moving averages like we like them. Let's move on to NEM XEM USD. Bouncing off that support at the 26-day moving average there. So we have support on that previous low, 0.320, and resistance, 0.342. Inverted, we have the 100-day above us, and we have the 12. Looks like we're curling down for more sideways action for NEM. Moving on to MANA USDC. Support 1.363 and 1.43 for your resistance. And we have the 12-day, the 26 and 100-day. So this one's in better shape as well. So keep an eye off MANA USDC. Moving on to ZIL USD. Just got above that 100-day moving average, so glad to see that. So support down at the 0.1853 and resistance up there to 0.202. And moving on to NU USD. We'll readjust that for you. There we go. Looks like your support level is a 0.50 psychological, and resistance just above this 12-day moving average. And watching out for this 26 to cross that 100. Looks like that's going to happen on this current trajectory in the next 4 hours or so. So watching out for that. That should give us some more upside potential. Moving on to NMR USD. Fell through that support level, so we're going to put you a new one down there. Got two double bottom. We have a double bottom or two double wicks there at the 61.79 to lean back on if we need to, and then resistance up there. Double top, almost a quadruple top at 64.91. Moving on to graph token GRT USD. We'll get that stop out of the way as we make our adjustments here on the support level at 1.444 and resistance at the 1.50. Round psychological numbers means a lot in this space. And bring that stop just up just a little there. Moving on to Uniswap UNI USD. Breaking through that previous resistance level I had just finished up on before we went live. And we have support sitting there at the 35.519 and resistance up at the 41.46. And we can see that all-time high as indicated. Moving on to AAVE USD. Getting through resistance, so we're going to the next level. Resistance 444.38 and support down there to 526.582. 1226 100-day, we got that 26 underneath us here, so watch for that 12 climbing through. Moving on to MKR USD. MKR USD. Trying to get up through. We'll just bring that on up there just a little bit more. Gonna have to get through this 26 and 12. So resistance up 4359.79 and support dangling around. Where you at there? Support. Yep, right there to 4150 round number. Let's move on into some NFTs. All the rage nowadays. So looking up at audio, resistance 2.24 and support 2.116. Tight range here with audio as we try to get regrouped and make our climb. We are getting the 26 crossing over the 12, so watch out for some more pain. This one may need to drop, but thankfully we have that 100-day moving average just beneath there. So moving on to the chills. CHZ USD bouncing off that 12-day moving average perfectly. That's why we use these numbers, folks. They're very, very consistent. So looking at support to hold up at the 0.545 and resistance, it's going to be up there. I think I got that off the 1 hour. I'll double check that. Yeah. And let's see if we can get the right thingy jiggy here. There we go. There's your resistance level at the 0.574 and tight range here. Keep an eye on that volume. Moving on to Theta, THETA USD. Blasting through the resistance, this previous price action. So we did ricochet off of that 26-day moving average. So trying to stay above the 100-day and try to get over that 12 and 26. So resistance sitting pretty up there at the 11.03 and support down to 10.599 for Theta. Let's have a look at ENJB USD. This particular one is on Binance Coin. We have a little tiny candle there. Gosh, we should. It's a pretty tight range, isn't it? 2.60 support, 2.63 resistance. Very tight range. You could actually just consider these going to be a challenge to get through as well. So do have the 100 beneath us. So looking pretty decent for ENJB USD. We'll wrap up here with Harmony 1. And gotta come up there and grab that guy right there. We go. We have resistance at the 0.1363 and support down to 0.1267. And all these moving averages converging here for Harmony 1. Looks like we're still shedding off some Bitcoin. So BTC.D as we chart Bitcoin dominance in the market cap. So we are down to 49.36 BTC percent of the crypto market cap, and we are up, well, not according to this, but 2 trillion and 2 billion total crypto market cap for the entire space, as indicated here on TradingView. Well, folks, that does it for me for this evening. I see some folks out there. If you want to put your ticker in the chat, if you want me to chart something, now's the time to shine. I'll stick around a few more seconds here. Or if you just want to say hello, let her rip. All right. Seems like that's going to be it. And I will see you guys in the morning Crypto Morning Show.